You're in your late teens, perhaps early 20s, and your whole life lays ahead of you. Your thoughts drift away and you start thinking about your dream life. Driving a luxury car, living in a mansion. You re-enter reality highly motivated, but as the days go by, that determination vanishes and you stop pursuing your dreams because you don't have productive habits. A saying goes that successful people are simply those with successful habits. Today I will be talking about 4 habits that everybody should start doing today. Number 1. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is the habit of approaching life in a more positive manner by focusing on the more constructive elements rather than the negative one. Now, this doesn't mean that you should try to become some sort of hopeless optimist who has lost all sense of reality, but rather that you should encourage yourself to focus more on positive thoughts rather than destructive and negative thoughts. Now, positive thinking has a lot of proven benefits such as lower stress, lower depression, better physical and mental well-being, and overall just a better mechanism to cope with stressful situations. Now, to diminish negative thoughts, instead you have to focus on positive thoughts and identify different areas that you can improve and change. Now, an example of this could be, instead of giving yourself shit for being lazy and not doing anything, try to become more productive and talk to yourself in a disciplined manner that tells you, all right, you have to do this and you have to do this, you have to go out and exercise, you have to go and record, stuff like that. Now, another way to encourage positive thinking is to practice positive self-talk. Now, a good rule of thumb is that you shouldn't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to anybody else. This means that you shouldn't just go around and tell yourself that you're a worthless piece of shit because you wouldn't say that to anybody else. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to identify areas where you can improve. On the contrary, it should actually encourage a growth mindset where your awareness makes you strive to improve all aspects of your life. Differentiate negativity from productivity and try to see opportunities instead of limits, and overall just see your life in a more positive way. This leads me to point number 2 on my list, exercising. Now, exercise has so many proven benefits that it's hard to cover them all in one video, but anyways, I'll try to sum up the most important ones. Now, there are a lot of obvious answers to the question, why should I exercise? To prevent chronic illnesses, to control your weight, and to build your dream body. Now, there are also a lot of other questions that may not be as visible, but are definitely as important. For instance, exercise improves your mood. Now, a workout session can be a very good tool to reduce stress after a stressful day of work. It makes you feel productive, relaxed, and overall more happy. Exercising will also give you a huge confidence boost and translate into your self-esteem because you feel better about your body. Confidence and self-esteem translates back to positive thinking. And so if you start doing all these healthy habits, then it will automatically result in like a positive spiral where your overall health just will improve dramatically. Number 3, you have to work on your goals daily. Strive to make it a habit to do something productive every single day. Do something that gets you one step closer towards your dream, regardless of your dream might be. If your dream, for instance, is to become a professional pianist, then you have to practice the piano every single day. Now, if your dream is to become a professional athlete, then you have to improve your athleticism and practice your skills every single day. And this translates to every single aspect of your life. Hard work shows, and by working on your goals every single day, this will turn into a habit, and this will improve your life dramatically and set you one step apart from everybody else. Now, this is why it's also so important to have concrete goals, so that way you can easier work towards them and implement productive habits. This leads me to my 4th and final point, reading. Now, reading always gets a lot of praise for the same benefits, like making you smarter, more creative, and overall just being a less consuming way of entertainment. However, other than making you more intelligent, reading is actually proven to dramatically increase your life in several aspects. It makes you more empathic. See, when you read, your brain connectivity improves in something called your left temporal cortex. What this effectively means is that you will improve and become better at placing yourself in another person's shoes. Now, I do think this is a crucial quality for every single human being to learn, especially in a world that's becoming more and more egocentric with social media. It increases the capacity of your work memory. When you read, you put your brain to work, and this involves several functions such as comprehension and visual and auditory processes. This gives the brain more time to function, effectively boosting brain activity and problem-solving abilities. Lastly, it improves your attention span. Because books most often are built using this conventional beginning, mid, end structure, then your brain is actually encouraged to spend more time creating the story rather than just rushing to the climax. Now, this very much contrasts modern day entertainment because on social media you have like 30-second long videos where it instantly releases dopamine, whereas when you read, you have to read through the whole story and build like a storyline before you get the reveal or the finish. Now, because you have to read through the whole story, your mind is actually going to go through a lot of processes which effectively boost your attention span. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope it helped. Be sure to implement all of these habits in your everyday, and that way you can get one step closer to achieving your